Hi there, it's Katie from the Everhart Museum in Scranton, Pennsylvania, back with you for lesson number 2 for grades 3 through 6 for Nature Week. I just realized that if sitting in front of the moose antlers in our visible storage, it gives me antlers too. So hopefully you got a good giggle out of that the first video. So these are just in case you aren't able to make it to our live classes, or if you need a little bit more help and want to watch these and pause it or rewind it as you go to help you out with the lessons instead. Be sure that whenever you're all finished up, if you want to send pictures to our Google Classroom, share what you've done. We want to celebrate everybody's work. Or if you have questions, you can put them to Google Classroom or email us as well. We need a lot of supplies for this one, but I'm going to start off with just some simple ones. All you need is our lesson, our plant identification paper with our extra cards, looking on the back, and one plastic baggie. All right, when you're ready for this, you want to know a little bit about these different types of leaves. You want to know the shape, if they are simple or divided. So a simple leaf is just going to be one. Okay. Then you want to know that there are some different kinds out there. The divided ones have one stick with multiple different leaves sticking off of it. Looking down at our next section, you're going to see that there are different types beyond that. Is it an entire leaf where it's just the one whole leaf where most of them it's pretty smooth on the outside? Is it going to be toothed where there are multiple different ones and it's pretty jagged on the outside? Or is it going to be lobed where it looks like the outside of a puzzle piece and it goes in and out? The last category has broad and flat leaves, or is the leaf going to be more narrow and needle-like? Because when you go outside, you can take that piece of paper or you can take your cards, because we're gonna be sure that we're collecting enough different leaves when you go outside. So you wanna know that there are different types and look through the cards to be really sure. Then, when you're ready, make sure you get parent or guardian permission and take your plastic bag. And if you need a little bit of extra help, your book of Exploring Nature for your journal. In the front, you'll see lots of great safety tips on the front page, and it's bright yellow. So read through that with parent or guardian as well to make sure you know what not to touch when you're outside in nature. And check with your parent or guardian on where to go, where is safe to go, if they're gonna go with you or if you're just gonna go in your backyard on your own. Make sure you're not exploring in other people's property or private parks. So when you go and collect your leaves, you want 1 or 2 leaves from different types and put them in your plastic baggie, and then you can come back to this video to do our next step. So go ahead and pause this to come back to it after you've collected 5 or 6, maybe 7 to 10, however many you feel, however long you want to be outside, and bring those leaves back inside. So go ahead and pause it, and then I'll be here when you're ready. All right, welcome back for lesson 2 for grades 3 through 6 of Nature Week. I've got the rest of my tools and supplies set up, which were on the last page of our lesson plans. You're gonna need your pencil, these rubbing crayons, so they're just crayons that have the paper taken off. All of the leaves that you've collected. If you don't need this, just get it out of the way. Your worksheet that helps you remember the types of leaves or plants. Unless you want to use your cards again, go ahead and use those. And these tracing papers, you'll know that they're the tracing papers if they're really thin, kind of like tissue paper, and they already have some holes punched in them. So we're gonna use the tracing paper because of the thinness. It's gonna let us get the texture of our leaves a little bit better. So for our crayon rubbings to help us keep track of these leaves forever and always, you want to put one piece of paper down just to protect the table. And then when you set a leaf on top of it, you want the bumpy side up. So the smooth side might work, but the bumpy side is gonna work way better. Now you have some really big pieces of paper. If you know you wanna do lots of leaves on one piece, go for it. If you want just one simple leaf per page, you can do that too. So I'm gonna put another piece of paper over top the bumpy side of my leaf. Pick any color crayon. It's not gonna matter unless you want to do a design with them later. By pinching the side of it and holding your paper down secure, holding your leaf in place, rub the crayon over your leaf. And it's gonna work kind of like a stamp, and that leaf is going to show through on your tracing paper. Now, if you want to do all the leaves in your yard today, pause this until you're ready. If you want to keep exploring and finding more, just go ahead and get all of your tools and supplies ready. But I'm going to show you just a couple more, just so you can see how that texture comes through. So I'm going to switch my leaves out, set a new piece of tissue paper on top, or that same one, just slide it over. And if you want to switch colors, switch colors. Once again, making sure that the bumpy side is up. Hold your leaf, pinch the side, and rub the crayon. Some of your leaves are gonna work better than others. If your paper scoots and slides, you're gonna get some duplicate rubbings. So just be careful and go slowly. I'm just gonna flip this one over since that one slid a little bit and try again on the same paper. If you have other crayons at home and you wanna take the paper off and try those, go for it. If you wanna try different colors, feel free, but we've given everybody 3 different colors to try some texture rubbings. The last and probably most important part of this lesson is to make sure you're going to identify your leaves properly. So using your simple divided, entire tooth lobed, and broad and flat or narrow and needle-like, what is your leaf? So looking at my blue texture rubbing right here, take a guess. I hope you said simple. There is one leaf, not many different little ones. All right, let's look at the second step. Entire, toothed, or lobed. Take a guess. Entire, I agree. And the last step, step number 3, is your leaf broad and flat or narrow and needle-like? This blue leaf that I just rubbed is broad and flat. You're gonna repeat this process and go through all 3 steps to get the best identification for each of your leaves. And then because of the hole punches, you've got your binder. I want you to keep track of all of your collections, and you can see all of mine in here already. You can see how some of them work well, some of them work better. Keep trying until you get the ones you like, and add in your rubbings when you're ready. For one extra step, if you really like these textured leaves, maybe you want to do some on your own paper, cut them out, and then glue them into your own design. Try something different. As always, you can upload pictures or questions to our Google Classroom and let us know what you're having success with and what you're having trouble with so we can help you here at the Everhart. See you next time for lesson number 3.